As most of you are well aware, Jack Doherty is a kid. I say kid since he is over 25 and still has a hair follicle on his face, but he nevertheless gets these girls like their Pokemon and forces them to sign a contract too. How does it feel to give him all of their money and then have him force them to create these mind-destructive TikToks? My friends frequently ask me if my sister's O is pink, but I'm not really sure what they mean, thus of course the problem is. We'll be going through every one of Jack's girlfriends today since they are advertising this spicy information to the wrong audience. And their repulsive behavior. Do you believe I'm a decent sister? No, bro. Why is your job all about you? You are selling photos, so you know you've succeeded in life when your brother, who is 10 years old, humiliates you in front of 10 million people online. So before we get into the most repulsive behaviors, you may be curious about the true identity of Camila Aroha, so first Mr. B Squid Game, one of the most watched videos on the internet, is essentially the middle. Believe it or not, did you even watch Squawky 67? She passed, and she does have. Who's going to get the plot arm that keeps me alive? My best buddy is money, and we finished our investigation, and I had to return home because you two are roommates and best friends. We're going to be a little awkward at the end of the day, but she ended up giving her life away to the Jack Duo sweatshop, where she now needs to use her younger brother to promote her page by creating brain-rotting TikToks. Oh Spankif. You mentioned that it was the best day ever, yet I didn't even get a chance to inquire what your name was. Why? Do you not want to talk? Subscribe, okay? Subscribe, let's go, please, Jesus Christ. Imagine how he would be treated at school. He would likely argue with a child, and the child would only need to say, I've seen your sister's off page, yes. After that, I would have to switch to different content. What do you think is the worst thing I've ever done? I get bullied for that, alright, but you get to do pink, mister. It's pink, isn't it? Poor fella, I would probably bully him too. However, I don't think he's that upset because, to be fair to Camila, she spoils him in every video. Mr. Beast made the mistake. Someone well known because this girl began creating strange films with her brother to advertise pornographic material. How does it work? I don't fully understand what my friends mean when they ask me if my sister's off-color hair is pink. If you're familiar with Jesus Christ, visit the link in my. Simply put, I find it hard to comprehend why people are so stressed. Since she was eliminated from the Squid Games, he has been enjoying producing these films with me. If you can even categorize this as material I lost, is the stuff she would start producing well? I've been attempting to get $456,000 from the Mr. B Squid Game video ever since. Oh my goodness, I wonder in what? Unfortunately, this video will stop. I didn't throw this marble far enough, which is why I lost the challenge, but I don't need to earn $500,000 and win a Mr. Beast challenge, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now. I began by attempting to land a legitimate job, but they declared that participation in the Squid Game video did not qualify as prior work experience. Well, Camila, I don't believe that lick and honeycomb have any association to shelf stacking, but whatever. That offered me the ideal notion that I might actually be in the Squid Game show since season 2 is going to be filmed. I don't mean to offend, but you wouldn't be the ideal fit because you lack the unique. I emailed Netflix to let them know that I would be the ideal candidate because I knew that they would be seeking for Korean face shape. I was certain I won the job because they contacted me back the same day, and I already had the outfit and everything. They informed me that I couldn't participate in the show if I couldn't speak Korean, and I was running out of time because Google says it takes 2 years to learn the language. I'm going to start with a list of ideas because, really, why acquire a job and make a respectable salary when you can sell your flaps on the internet? But I'll say it again, I really can't blame her because she has a RA and most likely a assortment of more opulent objects while I sit in my room filming recordings about her, but there is one small. How does it feel to have a sister that has a problem with her that, to put it mildly, makes her a really repulsive person. My friends frequently ask me if it's pink, but I'm not exactly sure what they mean. Do you agree? Click the link in my bio to learn more about Jesus Christ, but I'm having trouble right now. Not the only one who has a problem with her. It's very obvious what the problem is if we read the comments on this video. She probably told her brother to say this because it's so disgusting. That child is going to be living his life in the hardcore mode. I can only imagine how this person gets scolded the moment he enters the school. I would have to kill myself if I told a child to plaster her images around the school or anything. Promoting your pornographic content is probably against the law, so as you can see, the problem is that she's utilizing her unknowing 12-year-old brother to advertise her spicy content, which is obviously repulsive and most likely going to destroy that poor child's life, and the problem is that he is so young that he likely believes that all he needs to do is wants to film several videos with her and receive a plethora of things in exchange, however as he ages. I'm not even sure who to blame, his parents or his sister, because he'll likely regret everything and despise her forever. Sister, but I suppose both, as they shouldn't be forcing this child to make these. No child in the world has ever had to choose between options for a free gift to discover this Gen Z term, gat, all set up. Turn around, each of you. We have G1 and Gatch 2. Alright, so could you use it in A? Sentence well, I'm going to go clap your gats and let's go, so I've got G to go. I apologize for spoiling your experience, but I must blur this. I know some of you may have been a little aroused, but calm down. I suppose he wants a free gift. However, it's clear from the language and humor that this stuff is intended for children. What's wrong with that? It's a little strange that children are watching your videos and that your entire page is merely a large funnel to your O page. You shouldn't be advertising that kind of information to young children online, yet it's really strange. Show me what I mean. I'll give you this Christmas present, and you folks make a life without speaking. Alright, so what do you receive over there? They're models, and you're getting them. Oh, you're a photographer. Oh, okay, are you a photographer? Do you people give me the GI ticket, okay? Goodbye, you don't need it. Could someone help explain how this is permitted on YouTube? There are kids out there. Where are the cops or, I'm not sure, parents who would watch this and watch these guys make millions of dollars from it? Would you rather view the remainder of this image or receive this complimentary gift? Well, most likely, the remainder of that image. You saw the blurry version of the picture I'm looking at right now, so you pick the picture as you always do, but just pick the GI, okay? Here you go, and I can't believe it's pink. It's crazy, don't you think? She zoomed in on that, so stop letting me see that every time. Alright? Thank you, and Merry Holidays. To be truthful, I can't even lie to you guys, Jackdoy looks like A. Gives a sneak peek at the young boy's character development and how he lives. You know, even if his practice of owning several houses is ethically repugnant and almost illegal. It's amazing that I have luxury cars at such a young age, even though my brother claims that I only use them for content. Alright, folks. I apologize for having to pause the video at this point, but her voice sounds like she must be a heavy smoker of some kind. Her throat seems to be quite dry, as evidenced by the crinkling or cracking sound. I'm not sure, Camila, perhaps she should sip some water. Understand why you sound that way, but let's go right to the point. Camila Gill essentially uses her younger brother to advertise her sexy material as though these two are actually related. Oh, Jack, is that right? Pink, huh? Is it your sister's or mine? You want to know? Oh, Yes, your sister's is pink, and a lot of her belongings are pink. Please wait, I don't understand. Leave a comment below stating whether Jack Doherty or Camila Eruo is worse, as I truly believe. They ought to both be placed in a maximum security prison with permanent internet bans since each time watching these movies makes me want to throw bleach in my eyes because I feel like you want to see a picture. I hope you all understand what Jack just asked this young child, so please stop talking. I am genuinely astonished that this is legal, and I would like to see you, the person you are linked to. My nail technician daughter was a major admirer, and she sent me this. What are you watching? It was the nicest date I've ever had. Why, since I really hope that child isn't viewing the same material as me. Discovering on her YouTube because, God forbid, if she is feeling this way, I mean that it's truly unsettling, like I'll display to you all some of the content that Camila shares, and now picture that young person admiring her and aspires to follow in her footsteps when they grow up. How uncomfortable is it that your lover is an off-model? How uncomfortable is it that you actually collaborate with Jack Doherty, considering that he genuinely simply kisses guys for fun? I apologize, but she's currently shooting videos with your younger brother alone. Alright, it appears that no one is working with my brother on this. Alright, no worries, thank God I was actually about to phone the FBI. How much money have you ever received in your lifetime? Okay, so this person was on my OnlyFace and he said, oh, I'll pay. If you send me a bag of yours, I'll give you $50,000. How do you think I got the Jeep in? Did you send it? Did UPS pick up that mail? He gave me precise instructions because I had to go through a third. I won't reveal what I used, but I assume he's done it before, so you use DHL. I'll add that he has a lot of famous people in his collection. It's kind of a flex that you're on his radar, I suppose, so feel free to. If you don't want to continue, I totally understand since I don't believe I can handle it. Please click off at any time. This is the extent people will go to in order to gain influence and money. Tell me the most bizarre thing that has happened to you since your cousin began, and my goodness, she is including her whole family in this, my pal played a video of. It's not really legal, is it? Yours while class at school. You don't have service at school, right? Didn't they block that website? No, alright. Now, one of her relatives is also being teased at school since her sister is doing oh. She has truly destroyed the reputation of her entire family. Did you see it? If so, please stop. I mean, we're done. We're doing okay with this video. I mean, all I want is for people to be honest and ask if it's pink, and now I actually want to know since I'm interested. Alright, so I believe we should remove that no hold on cut since we can't keep it in. Okay, Camila's father, how do you feel about your daughter becoming an only child? There isn't any chance at all. They've included her father in these lately, so I'm not really sure what's going on in real life. Jack Doherty has just asked her father if he has seen the tapes, as she has never seen any videos. I'll contact the police if her father doesn't respond with a straight no. No, I don't care about any pink pictures. Are you pleased with my new tattoo? Yes, it's nice, and it's quite difficult. He says no, though. I apologize, but it looks like our entire family is on the off. Okay, Mom, I know you see them doing incredibly well on Instagram, but I don't mean that kind of collaboration. I'm going to reach 1 million followers. What do you think? Excuse me, you're doing great. You should give your brother some credit. He's about 10, therefore you should put him on a payroll. He doesn't have to. He's not 10, he's almost 16, thus he has the right to earn the money he wants to give you. My parents' financial entitlement is absurd, but hold on, you're telling me this person that her. Given that his sister is 16, Jack T must be at least 13 by now if he is 16. As I've stated previously, these guys should definitely follow Jack Fitness bulking advice. I spend all of my time with you, so do whatever you want. What's your name and phone number? Money, do I win? You did, alright, let's move on. In the same video that she captured at Disneyland with a child who was about 6 years old, and it received over 10 million views. The pinned remark is, she promotes her off-page, which nicely complements this video. She creates kid-friendly content where she Encourages her lone admirers to use her YouTube account with a kid audience to serve as a conduit to her exclusive admirers, which is obviously incorrect. Consider what would happen if she were a man, for instance. Yes, he would have been imprisoned, and don't forget that she also takes advantage of her brother and destroyed his life in order to gain power and money, but I suppose everything is done to get the O, so yes, that is Camila Arroyo. I'm not sure how to express her name, but that's all I'm saying. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next one as easily as possible. If Jackdoy's girlfriend were a different gender or even just a little bit more unattractive, it would be one way to characterize her. Of course, the primary purpose I'm creating this film is to expose her, as she would be facing 30 life sentences in prison. Her awful ex, but she was also discovered cheating on Jack just a day before, when he was fighting for his life with. McKinley Richardson is another of these girls, according to the Kick Demon Neon. Allocated to slave contracts for Jack Doy, were essentially as soon as they stop. Jack gives them a contract when they reach legal age, saying, "Here, let me give you a little money in cloud, and in return you have to essentially trash your life and sell yourself online," despite the fact that she was already putting in a lot of effort. Jack Doy tried to remove her despite advertising her private page to children on TikTok. That was truly terrifying to witness, but lucky for us, they both survived, so perhaps next time. That one was perhaps a bit too far, but I believe the saddest aspect of this was that it will end differently next time. These two may have been seriously injured, but his companions just stood by and did nothing. Not a single one made an effort to assist them or see if they're all right. Oh, and one of his viewers gave money to blow her back out. It's the "Yes, I did it," and I don't think he's lying about that one, so sure, that's the first time you've blown her back out. Excuse me, but what's something you've never told anyone about this McKinley girl? Just have a look at her TikToks. And he cheated on me. I'll buy it whatever you want. How old are you? I had a boyfriend before you got a boyfriend. Whoever it is, congratulations. We have uncovered a future Chad. Cheating at the age of 12 is crazy. She is following me and showing the camera because she thinks you deserve to be taken shopping, which is terrible. Since your budget will be doubled today, this 12-year-old naturally follows her because that is. Only actual youngsters are able to compose some of the fandom for Jack Doherty and his girlfriend. McKinley created a TikTok to the S Carnival because she was getting comments on her page. The one that leads to "Go, go, you're out there," clearly referring to a particular kind of bedroom workout. Now, some of the "You cannot use the Jack's purple plant emoji, which is like a carnival you don't attend," according to remarks that TikTok read. Skull emoji, shrimp emoji, actually got her that high up because it falls out. I'm a champion for it, but you look incredible. There are more of these McKinleys. There's a terrific one, buddy. And this is some pretty skibby. She is a gorgeous purity girl. Riz, but the problem with McKinley's youthful audience is that a TikTok is just a massive route to her own website, which is obviously repulsive because most of our admirers are young children. You know what I do for a living, and I'll buy you everything you want. Oh right, why did you suppose that your shirt was? Imagine being so anxious to sell yourself online and earn money that you would only wear a shirt in public. However, I can't really hold it against her because she can drive a Bentley and a Lamborghini while I'm here in my room doing. I earn a living by making hot videos about her, therefore now I'm going to demonstrate that a genuine job is much simpler than what I can do effectively, so I knew it would be exciting to watch, so I arrived for my first day in the I went off on my manager when he said, "Hey McKinley, I'm going to need you to wash the dishes," and this is what happened. You see me, why is your shirt cop this way? It's cuter. Half an hour later, when I was removing pics in the someone informed me that you were only selling fans on Facebook, so I'm sorry you can't. This happened in the Kinley bathroom. Be doing that for a living, God, I'll be completely honest, I'm at a loss for words, and I'm not sure if this content is intended to be amusing or approachable, but I can be certain that, given her average viewing age of 12, they don't find it either of those things, and then a customer in a few minutes later, which is when this, oh my goodness, took place. The consumer will adore these photos, so go ahead and enjoy them. What did you gift him? Well, just some KUK. Going to attract a lot of customers, so she printed off her photo and posted it on Donuts. Now, folks, it's free advertising. I want you to picture this situation, but what if it was, say, the notorious EDP44? I'm not sure, but if he were to do this and distribute photos of himself instead of cupcakes, he would most likely end up in jail. Why is it acceptable for McKinley to do this? I don't think it will work out. Oh, well, subscribe to my only. Thanks a lot, I lost my work. Yes, 9-year-olds, if you ever think it's not worth it to acquire a job, just starting off because not only is she marketing to her young fan base, but it is clearly not what she is pushing with these kinds of videos. However, she's also promoting the notion that selling your photos online is a better option than finding a job, which is obviously awful. Thus, in addition to being a bad example for the children, McKinley's connection with Jack Doherty must be blocked from the internet, okay? That's why I brought you to I had a very crucial question for you. Will you marry me? You are my life's love. Oh my God, are you okay, McKinley? Please calm down. I believe that knowing that you must live for the rest of your days with Jack Doherty made you a little too cheerful and thrilled. Until you pass away, he will most likely force you to sign 20 more contracts, which he will likely pass down even after you pass away. I'm going to die knowing that Jack Doherty has veins on his body, so I should quit viewing her TikToks, kids. In any case, it is said that McKinley would cheat on Jack by using his own cameraman, who she allegedly knew McKinley for just a few days, so the cameraman would reveal their text conversations, which read with the hope that I'll see you this weekend. I hope to see you blushing, too. Emoji, I'll keep you folks informed, but you need to get that bread up. We'll make it easy, and we trust you won't have no choice but to go over there and steal you. You can definitely come steal me while I'm filling up my tank. Tell me when you're here, please. I need to grab a few items before I arrive, but this is only for research. I simply cannot read your ring size. Oh my God, it's so wonderful. I need to put the Gil voice on, but I'm not doing it. I could give it just as easily. You the solution and assist you. I'm a size 8, alright, great. I just need to make a note of that, pack your bag, and I love a woman who makes my life easy, so when I get there, I'm already packed up and 2 steps ahead of you. Here I am, and just so you know, if you continue to enjoy my writings, I am unable to read. She replied with scribbled messages, I might have to kiss you, and continued to like his Instagram. According to the legends, Jesus Christ and these 12-year-old men are not genuine. Life goes on, and I might have to handle it. But what if I told you that I wanted you to handle it? Oh, no. Oh my God, is there anything else? It seems like it's being handled. I'm glad to hear that everything will be resolved when we next meet in person, so that's I'll see you this weekend, smiling or laughing, which is what I hope to hear. Not the typed out emoji that says I'm going to you or you're coming to me, but instead of that, I'll let you know if I can make it, if not, I'll be there shortly. Good night, lovely. Are cooked, they must be 12. They then send a good morning text, good morning, bro. I see around 4 of them, and I simply had to. I was unable to sleep for the next several texts, so I threw my phone across the room to get some rest. Normally, I don't stay up so late, but last night, he asked, was it because I was on your mind, with a rolling eye emoji. Actually, you were okay, just like me. That's wonderful to hear. No, guys, I need to bleach my eyes and my brain. Upon reading this, I was struck by the thought of your own girl cheating on you with someone that actually works for you. And considering that they have only been acquainted for 3 days, the fact that it was utilizing this. Flirting with Jesus Christ in the 5th grade, but it would get worse because this video would lately come back. We're going to have to bleach my eyes after witnessing McKinley kissing another guy, because apparently, even though this film is old, it was taken during Jack and Ho's dating days, thus it is cheating. I'll start by playing you this amusing rumor that Neon mentioned. On live a few days ago, genuine loser bro, there's a reason why you haven't had sex with your girl once, you've been seeing her for a year, and she hasn't ever had sex with you in my mother's life. You joke now, people. I don't know if this is real or not, but I wouldn't question it because who would truly want to hide this specimen, but I suppose everything is worth the money and influence, so sure, that's McKinley Richardson. You guys are known for playing with her and utilizing her TikTok to amuse young children. Any guy with a small amount of influence and notoriety, I hope you loved it. Please subscribe and comment. I'll see you in the next one, wherever we go. The swing set is insane, so follow me. What are we doing that you don't want to do? Hey, this is Michelle Scott. She posts this kind of stuff to YouTube for short periods of time. The idea of siblings engaging in such activities with one another is being actively promoted for kids to see, yet. To be honest, this is only one of the horrifying things she posts on social media, and she also allowed me to play the clips. I earn a career by creating spicy material, therefore today I'll demonstrate that a real job is much simpler than what. Yes, I believe that the coal miners in Zimbabwe's slums likely believe that using a pickaxe at 12 hours is also simpler than making a living by taking images, so when I arrived for my first day, the manager asked, "I find it awful that you can't just wash the dishes for me." I apologize, but that was a necessary part of my work 30 minutes later when I was using the restroom to remove pics. Michelle, did someone tell me that you're on any medication? Facebook photos taken in the restroom, what? You can't do that at work. Could you do the dishes? I'm shocked that you can't take off your clothes in the middle of your shift to snap spicily oriented photos. And a few minutes later, when my first customer in, I asked for a box of donuts. Okay. You're going to love these, and this is fire, so thank you very much. Yes, in case you hadn't noticed, she recently sold some cupcakes to a customer after printing her own photos on them. Since I need to order those right away, I personally need someone to provide me the store's address as soon as possible. Guys, please stop bringing that up. I'm going to visit here every day since it's so amazing how fantastic donuts can be. See what you mean? It's okay if you can't play. In any case, this is Freen. This is Michelle Scott, another of Jack Do's lovers who is signed to a slave agreement in which he sets up her profile and provides her with cloud storage in return for needs to sell herself online and create these brain-rotting TikToks. It's funny because his whole list of females create repetitive TikToks that, when scrolled through, have the same jingle melody at the bottom. I'll buy you anything if you don't talk on the microphone. Have you ever thought what might happen? Alright, McKinley, tell me too. Please pardon me, but I'm thinking of a number one. Oh my god, you're Michigan Scott. I can actually picture this song getting played. Being used as a kind of torture for 72 hours straight on loop. Technique would most likely be regarded as a war crime anyhow, so let's simply view some of the horrifying material she posts effectively if you can even categorize this as content. Be careful to read through to the end because I expose her for. She has done some terrible things. If you had 15 minutes to spend with me, what would you do? I play with my monster trucks. With you, okay? Is that hot, huh? Let's go, RZ. What a big vehicle. Truck RZ, I'm still on the ski RZ, you know. I believe Jack is just wearing WRZ, exactly like me. Alright, I really doubt that Jack has a real monster truck, but I need to stop doing this and figure out what I'm doing with my life. I'm apologizing, but I'm really cooked. Could someone kindly help me? This way, McKinley, it's alright, have fun, and yes, I really do enjoy playing. Hate McKinley and consider her to be among the worst people in history. I did feel sorry for her there. Not only do I feel sorry for her since she's seeing a 14-year-old man named Jack Doherty, but he's also going to. I guess I decided to take a bath after cheating on her with this gobbling utilizing monster truck RZ. I mean, anything for the money. Oh, the children will like this one for a full day. The only rule is that At first, I couldn't get out of the bathtub. It was actually rather pleasant, but after 2 hours, I had to. I just had one choice because the toilet was too far away, but at least it was warm now. To empty the entire tub and refill it since it became yellow for some reason. I'm shocked that she hasn't. For example, I believe Belle Deli sold her bath water a few years ago, and it sold out in about 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm actually cooked. I started to feel lonely, so I texted my friend to come over. You know, Michelle added cops too. After she arrived, we took Pi out for an hour and then napped. Oh, right, another off girl is joining. If you were unaware, it is Sam Frank in the video, and she is one of these demons. So yes, she is another artist signed to Jack Doherty sweatshop, and her marketing is perhaps the finest. But, unlike the other girls you know, she simply began using the standard brain rot TikTok approach. The other day, I spent hours looking through my phone after dating Neon and leveraging all of his influence. I went to check my screen time after hours of browsing because it made me realize how much I really use my phone, and it stated, oh my gosh, 12 hours. I'm sorry, dear, but it said 4 hours on your screen. Oh, well, I guess I threw my phone right away and made it my goal to avoid it for the remainder of the day, so Sam Frank really created a film just like this, and if I recall well, she ended up remembering that she needed to remove her pic. I'm curious to see how this one turns out, so I began preparing meals as a way to kill time, but after a few hours, I realized I needed my phone to access the recipe. Began to grow quite bored, so I made the decision to hop in my car and head to the movies. Hold on, how are you doing at work? It's really unfair that multimillionaire Jack Doherty is driving a Hyundai when I expected her to be driving a Lambo because she's making millions of dollars, but really, she should open a GoFundMe page now rather than just focusing on her admirers, and after 10 hours of driving minutes, I became disoriented and unsure of my destination, but then I realized that I could use a map to find my way once I arrived at I went to the movie theater and watched the latest Marvel film, which was a great way to kill time. After the film, I got in my car and went right home, where I immediately fell asleep since I was so exhausted, and when I woke up the following morning to check my phone, there are 120 messages and 69 missed calls. I'm in serious trouble. Oh, I see. She didn't remove any PCKS throughout the entire movie, which is really bad business. Planned, in my opinion, which also explains why she is driving that dusty Hyundai. In any case, Michelle and many Jack's content is targeted towards youngsters, which is obviously incorrect given that all she does is create unsuitable material and market her sexy photos online. Where are we going to follow me? Alright, the swing set is insane. You don't want to play with me, so what are we doing? Well, if you didn't see the text that read sister, then these girls who are simply fans have descended to a whole new level and are now promoting incest to their admirers as though they are. Promoting sexual attraction to your siblings is just repulsive. Alright, I'll be right over. Hold on. Do you really believe that this owl makes my breasts appear large enough? I believed it was an emergency. What the like, could someone please tell me how this is permitted on YouTube? It seems like the beginning of some steps. If you understand what I mean, this Step Pro video on the hub will be so simple that I will undoubtedly defeat you. Really believe you're going to win 100% of the time? If so, the loser should surprise the other person. Alright, let's do that. It's alright, let's go on. Why did you switch off the TV? What are? You're acting as though I must offer you a surprise, but hold on, this is really something I don't know what it is. What young children are currently viewing on YouTube, such as if Jimmy, age 5, believes this to be what he. You can see how this is clearly a poor message, as well as what his sister should be doing in their free time. To encourage the next generation, what is anything you have never shared with your sister? I know what I mean. What does it imply that it's pink? Will she watch this video? No, I shouldn't be here anyhow. Please wait. As you can see, I'm just going to leave now. What does that mean? Camila's younger brother, another of Jack T's off ladies, is one of the worst that Michelle has rented out. Because she promotes herself by using her as a preponderant brother, but... Yes, it looks like Michelle is taking advantage of him right now, and I'm wondering how they're paying this child. Money, or does he prefer to receive a subscription that is exclusive to fans? Well, that's too far, but today, to be fair too. Michelle is undoubtedly producing some terrible content, but she's also arguably one of the most inventive of all of. They launched a dog into space in this one, and we're doing the same with this dog. To begin using an AirTag to follow you, we first deflated the dog until there was no more air in it. That we chose to completely fill the dog with helium, but as it turns out, he isn't flying. How can we acquire? We were forced to blow up a lot of balloons and attach them to the dog because you were in the air, but even after around 10 balloons, it wasn't floating, so we were forced to add more balloons, and at last it was ready. If you enjoy dogs, subscribe. That was pretty awesome, but honestly, I believe the worst thing she has ever done is to just observe and keep quiet in the mic, and I'll buy you anything you want. Do you know the game's rules? Can you say your name before we begin? No, I suppose you've won. What would you like to get? I'd like a PlayStation 5. I guess it's a bit less expensive than that. Where is the Lego department, I wonder? I'll purchase it if you follow me on TikTok. It's right here, okay? You want that one? Okay, let's go grab it. Are you following me? No, okay, I suppose you just give me one of the two things. However, would you rather take it or double it and give it to the next person? I'll accept that, but are you certain that this is what you want? If so, everything is okay. Let's finish this up now. Thank you. You're welcome. I apologize. Michelle, it's obvious that the child desired the PS5, but you're only receiving fan money, and you can't even acquire. I would be unhappy too, so yep, that's why the poor child at PS5 wanted a console but ended up with a Lego car. It's awful, isn't it, that Michelle Scott, another employee of Jack Do's, uses young children to advertise her webpage? Please subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know who I should cover next. I'll see you all in the next video.